Did you know about all the benefits you can have when you buy a property in our country in Colombia? Did you know all the tax exemptions you will be having if you open a business in our country? Hello, my name is Claudia Arevalo from EXP Realty, and we welcome you to my YouTube channel. First and foremost, don't hesitate to click here in the subscribe button. And here today, I will tell you all the details about the benefits, profitability you can have, and also your tax exemptions and obligations as international buyer in our country. Colombia has established herself as a privileged country for foreign investors. From its culture, tourism, infrastructure, real estate investments, energy renewable, and manufacture, our country has been selected as one of the most profitable countries in America Latina to invest. It's an investment-friendly country. Also, and of course, all the tax incentives you will have as an investor in our country. In order to understand how can we achieve those taxes, let's check out what would you be needing as a tax residency to appeal or use those benefits. First, let's see what are the most important and necessary requirements and when and how you become that tax resident to appeal and have those tax benefits and see what your obligations are.
A tax resident in Colombia means that you are on a permanent or consecutive days over 183 calendar days within any 360-day consecutive period. This means if you are over 183 days, you are a tax resident. That doesn't mean you have a permanent visa in Colombia or the status visa as a resident in Colombia. Let's see two different cases where you are a tax residency and when you're not a tax residency and what type of taxes you need to pay. A tax resident is like Felipe. He bought a property in Colombia over 200K, and this means that you are winning 600 million pesos. That's around 15K, and those 50K yearly are your over 200 days. Yes, you have to pay those taxes, income taxes, global income, and also you have to pay your asset abroad declaration. But you also have a benefit if you can apply for the double taxation treaty benefits. Now, a non-tax resident is like Jesus. He is a digital nomad, less than 115 days normally, and he wins 35 million cup annually. He doesn't need to declare this compensation, only declare the income from Colombian sources. The rest, no. But Claudia, how can I achieve those benefits, as you said, or tax exceptions if I am buying a property in Colombia? And this is how.
Here are the three basic requirements you'll be needing as a foreign investor. Number one,
having a tax residency doesn't mean you have a visa permanent residence, and everything here will be suitable depending on your needs and type of investment.
Two,
your tax registry, the single tax register, is an essential and identifying yourself as a Colombian tax system based on your economic activities.
And three,
always take in consideration the 183 days in our country.
Let's see what sectors of our country give you these benefits. Let's begin from real estate investment.
The generals are appreciating markets. The property values are a key point in Colombia. Rent income potential, that's really high in our city, especially in Cartagena. And of course, development opportunities, growing middle class drives demand for quality housing.
The tourism appeal you'll be having regarding those investments.
Ready to ride the wave of Colombia's tourism boom? Here's why investors are flocking south. Colombia's tourism sector is on fire with international arrivals growing by over south. Colombia's 20% year-on-year. Hospitality is leading the charge, especially boutique hotels and luxury resorts in hotspots like Cartagena, Medellín, and Bogotá. High occupancy rates and rising nightly rates mean strong returns for investors aiming for the premium segment. But there's more. Colombia's ecotourism scene is exploding, fueled by its unmatched biodiversity. From the Amazon basin to the lush coffee regions, sustainable resorts and adventure lodges are attracting travelers seeking responsible luxury. The global ecotourism market is projected to grow 14% annually, and Colombia is perfectly positioned to claim a big slice of that pie. Gastronomy is also making headlines. International foodies are flocking to a gastronomy experience Colombia's fusion of indigenous, Caribbean, and Andean flavors. Investors are backing boutique restaurants, food tours, and culinary retreats that offer authentic experiences and high margins. And let's not forget the beaches. The Caribbean and Pacific coasts offer endless potential for luxury beachfront properties and resort developments. With coastal tourism projected to outpace the national average, demand is surging for exclusive villas, branded residences, and marina resorts. In short, Colombia is more than just a destination, it's an opportunity. Hospitality, eco-adventures, gastronomy, and beach properties are all hot sectors with real, data-backed growth.
To understand how I can have those benefits, it is important to see in what areas or sector you are going to invest. Is it residential, commercial, tourism, IT, or renewable energy?
Are the tax incentive for investor, tax exemption as you purchase a property on built, free trade zones, tourism incentives, that's when you're less 183 days, renewable energy, and credit lines.
Let's do an overall of the 4 most important aspects to invest in Colombia. 1, market analysis. 2, legal structure. 3, funding. And 4th, growth.
Before jumping to any investment, always identify what the market is going to give you, the opportunity is giving you, and analyze the different potential returns you're going to have in that investment. Is it just a property or just a business in our country? It is crucial to understand how the market works. 2, always be with a legal professional guidance. Do not do this alone. Take always consideration of securing your financing and understanding how the system works and how you're gonna finish those procedures and understand the banking in Colombia. Always review your finance and that you have funding to go through the process. 4, always look for that approach, perspective, and do the feasibility study of each analytic moment in your investment.
In this, let's see are the key investment cities where to achieve those goals as an investor in our country. Cartagena, Medellín, Santa Marta, Barranquilla, and of course our capital city.
Cartagena is the city of distinction when everything happens and the best incentive taxes are in for your investment. My favorite examples, when you are retirement in Cartagena, Colombia, and you buy a property for first time and it's a residential property, you have a 10-year tax exemption or property extension. But if you are a nomad and want to buy a property from 28 to 35 years old, you also will have a tax exemption on your property as your first home buyer. With this said, the important is to understand what strategic planning are you having to buy those properties in Cartagena. Also, we have really good luxury in hotels incentive, the IPU, the tax exemption for 10 years, if we have convention centers, but that's not all the beauty of that. We have an industry and commerce tax exemption, delineation exemption if you are building in our city, around 30 to 100% depends on how much land are you giving to the government for community. 3, the full infrastructure, and of course our government is betting 100% on tourism sustainability and renewable energy. 3 big examples like Hyatt Regency, Royal Caribbean, and of course the Four Seasons is betting 100% on our city. If you want some more information about the tax exemptions, please write invest down below and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now let's overview all the cities that are the most important ones. Let's start for our capital city, Bogotá. One of the biggest examples we have is Globan and Endava having these great tax exemptions in our capital city during their expansion and support through their phases as they come into our country. The district has given them an incentive system like taxes, and also if you are jumping into agriculture, that will be a great incentive too as you progress in our country through your expansion phases. And I love Medellín. Medellín is one of the most important cities besides Cartagena and Bogotá. We have full incentives or the audiovisual for 20% of disbursement, and also within technology and services such as Ruta N for innovation and IT outsourcing companies. So this is a great moment to invest in Medellín. Also, we have a lot of nomads coming into that city, especially because of the climate and health services. Barranquilla, we're heading back to the coast lane, and the coast lane we offer our tax incentive, the free zones of 20%. This is where the biggest ports are in our country, especially from the coast lane. And Barranquilla is upgrowing tremendously into more sectors beside investments in free zones. And we keep ourselves in the Atlantic Coast lane. We have Cartagena, Barranquilla, and Santa Marta. Santa Marta is also a very outgrowing city. Even though it has a very low cost in purchasing properties, it has a couple of downfalls like public services and health issues. But regarding this, that's why the government is impulsing this city abruptly so they can give those services and help out those big communities are growing. We have good areas, and if you invest in that city, you will have over 50 jobs like hotels. You have a really good probability of high tax exemptions regarding the investment you are doing to help that community are growing. Santa Marta is growing tremendously also in tourism. And once we all saw all these great cities, please always take in consideration the legal aspects for investor, your registration money with the Bank of the Republic, that's a federal bank, legal due diligence, and specialized consulting with real estate agents and also tax consultancy companies.
If you want more details on how to invest in our country and especially in Cartagena, Colombia, follow my YouTube channel. Stay tuned. Click here on the subscribe button and see